Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be wearing blue pants, like really blue, almost this blue. And so I want to do like another kind of blue snowy look, but this is a much deeper blue. So I'm going to start off with this Wet n Wild multi-stick, and it is this really pretty blue. I'm going to take my eyeliner brush and I'm just going to basically scrape the product straight from the stick onto the brush, just so I can get a little bit of like a more defined wing. And I'm just gonna start from the edge. I don't know if you guys can see from that back there. This is very creamy. This is really easy to work with. That's really creamy and also really pigmented. I think I'm also going to take this and put it in my tight line before I do any of my face makeup. Honest with you, I'm not even 100% sure what else to do with my eyes because I have on like this electric blue eyeliner. But I'm just going to go in with my bronzer in the crease just so I can have some sort of definition on my eyes in addition to the eyeliner. I really hope you cannot hear my neighbors. There's so much going on outside. There's like kids and sounds like a vacuum, and then there's dogs barking. There's a lot going on. Just kind of touch up my inner corners because I like my inner corners to also kind of be cat eye like. So I'm just gonna, this is the part that I sometimes mess up and sometimes do really good with. This one looks really good and the other one does not, but that's okay. I don't have any makeup on my face, so I can go through and kind of clean it up how it needs to be cleaned up. All right, I'm gonna go into my Sephora palette, and I feel like I always use this one, but sometimes I just want like a little flake of glitter on top of my eyes and not just like a full-on pigment, and that's what this is. So I'm just gonna take this and kind of just tap it in place. Oh yeah, it matches perfect. I love that. Just make sure there's no patchy spots. Make sure I'm blending it good. It's just a tiny pop of blue, and it's like ultra glittery. Ooh, cute. Okay, believe it or not, I think this is it for the eyes. And these are just my lashes. I'm going to be adding more mascara. I usually do a bunch of coats when I don't wear lashes because I'm used to my lashes like touching my eyebrow bone. So if you see them get more intensified throughout the video, it's because I'm like still adding more, but I try to wait for the first like coat of mascara to dry, and then I add some more to like just the tips, just to make sure they're like really defined. But yeah, this is my eyeshadow so far. It is so pretty. I love this. Now I'm gonna go with my foundation, and I just do 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and then I just scoop one up off the back of my hand, and I start to blend this in on my face. One thing that I've learned about my face is even though I have like a lot of acne scars, a lot of my skin is actually very smooth. Like whenever I'm not wearing makeup, I always think my skin is just so bad. But low key, it's not. I just have a lot of like acne scars. I have like this acne, whatever that is, right now. But I mean, honestly, my skin is just really smooth. Concealer. These are probably my two most creamiest concealers, and my other concealers are very thin, so I would usually wear those on an everyday basis. But for full glam, I go in with the Neutrogena on the inner part of my eye. I've seen a lot of people do their concealers very differently and get some really different outcomes. I've seen. It's actually been kind of interesting to watch. And then this is my Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics concealer. That's a little bit more closer to my skin tone. And I just put that everywhere else I want concealed. Right now, oh, my foundation brush. Whoops. I just do the edges. It gives me a little bit of extra coverage because I don't really build up my foundation. I kind of just apply it like a really thin layer. It looks like I put on a lot. It doesn't feel like a lot. It's really lightweight, but yeah, I put on a thin layer, and then this just helps to give me a little bit of extra coverage. Oh, also ignore my chapstick. It's like not my shade, and I really just have it on so my lips can be moisturized while I'm doing my makeup. I don't ever wear this chapstick outside the house. And then I go with my smaller brush and just really focus it behind the nose. I have a really big nose, so I have to be careful to make sure that's blended. And then with my crayon dust and the shade In, and I always just open it upside down. You see how messy this is? I go through this all the time. I'm pretty sure I eat it because this happens all the time. I always just leave the camera off. This is what it looks like in there. And I'm just going to tap it in there. And you see all that excess product? Sometimes I go straight onto my face with that, and I'm not going to today. I'm going to actually do what you're supposed to do. Rub the excess off on your hand so it gets all over the powder puff surface area. Then go in on your face. And I just do that area from here to here where I put all my concealer. And this one is a lot brighter than my skin tone because I want to brighten my under eyes. Look at this eye. I did not take off any excess powder. So this is all just straight out of the lid. To be honest with you, I prefer all the excess powder just because I could just get it all done without going in and dipping over and over again. But you're kind of taking a risk because it could turn out like really patchy as opposed to really smooth like this side. So then I usually take my brush like this, sweep away the excess, not access. Lord help us. Boom. But see, I feel like this one is so much more brighter. Now going with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in the shade 35. I do the same thing. I open it upside down. This one is not as messy, but it can be pretty messy. And then I use a circle powder puff because this is a circle and I can just really fit it in there perfectly. So, and it's not going underneath my eyes where I need more precision. Go right on down here. And you're supposed to do the same thing, wipe it on the back of your hand. I'm not doing that because I want a lot of powder on my face. So I want the excess powder all over my face. And again, like I said, when you do that, you are taking the risk of it turning out really patchy. But I've had it show up patchy a couple of times, but to be honest, like, I guess I don't care too much because I will still leave the house like that. Like, I don't ever wipe off all of my makeup because my powder is patchy, ever. I usually, if it's like really badly patchy, what I will do is I'll go in with like a damp beauty sponge, like very damp, no, like not sopping wet because that will ruin everything, and just like lightly go over areas to hopefully like kind of pick up some product or whatever it's supposed to do. And that has helped in the past. So, and then I usually pour a little bit more or whatever's left, and I take my brush, swirl it around in there because it can hit all the edges, and I do my forehead because I don't want to put as much powder on my forehead. I don't know why, but it just feels weird to like have that much makeup on my forehead. So, but powder is fine. Every time I put makeup on my forehead, it's always what's left over, like what's left over on my foundation brush, what's left over on with my powder. I try not to add too much more because it just feels weird. I don't know. I had to pull back my bonnet to make sure I didn't have a line. I went through and I just blended everything to my hairline. L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer. This is the same one that's in my crease right now. And this is how I do it. I just leave my brush upright like this, kind of frame my face. You can see the hollows of my mouth kind of when I'm flexing a little bit or talking, and I avoid going down that low because that's where I would put contour. I have not used contour in a long time, but I don't have any contour with me. And personally, I just don't see the need to use both contour and bronzer at the same time. So, but maybe one day I will see the need for it, so who knows. And if you wear a bonnet like me, make sure once you hit this part in your routine that you please pull it back to make sure you're getting your hairline so you don't have a weird line of demarcation. I'm going to go in with my bronzer again under the eyes. And remember, this blue is in my tight line. So putting this under my eyes is not going to or putting this bronzer underneath of my below my lower lash line is not going to disrupt this blue at all. And I always put a lot because I don't know, I just like it. And then I'm gonna lightly feather the ends of my bronzer up here. So I did not put my heart into blending that out. There we go. All right, here's the purple blush, Pat McGrath. This one's probably one of my deeper purple blushes. I don't know, the one I used last time was kind of deep too. And then we're just gonna dust that on the cheeks. I'm so used to the NYX one. This one is pigmented, but the NYX one is like really, really pigmented. So I can actually really swirl my brush around in that and get my payoff. Yeah. And I'm just placing that right on top where the bronzer was. And this can go a little bit more underneath my eye as well. On the nose. A little bit on the forehead. A little bit on the chin. Cute. Okay, so I have my hair down, I have my outfit on. These are my pants. So they're really blue. And I guess my eyeliner doesn't really match the intensity of the blue, but my eyes do match my outfit. So for the lips, I'm gonna use this Kajal Kajal pencil. It's an eyeliner pencil from Essence in the shade Teddy, and I need to sharpen it before I use it or I'm going to hurt myself. Okay, and I use this to line my lips. Oh, I like to use this one to line my lips because it's the same exact color as my LA Colors lip liner, except this one is metallic, so it automatically gives me a shine. See how it's kind of already shiny a little bit? Speaking of shine, I'm going to go in with another Essence lip product. Well, that was an eye product. I'm sorry. This is an actual Essence lip product, and it is in the shade... What shade is this? Milky Way. It's in the shade Milky Way. I don't know if you can read that. Essence lip glosses, top tier. I have some high-end lip glosses. Like, I have some that run very high-end. I'm not going to name names, but the way that the Essence one, like, look how it has a curve. It just hugs your lip so perfectly, and it picks up a lot of product at one time. And this lasts forever. Like, this isn't something I necessarily have to reapply throughout the day. I should probably wipe that off. But back to what I was saying, this isn't something that I have to reapply throughout the day. Like, it stays on my lips forever. Like, I can go in and reapply if I wanted to. Sometimes I do just because I like putting on lip gloss all the time, but you don't have to with this, and it's perfect. I have this one, and this is going to gross you out, but it's supposed to be a clear lip gloss, but unlike this one where I just wiped off the doe foot, I did not wipe off the doe foot of this one, and this is my clear lip gloss, and literally the Essence name is like rubbed off of it because it gets used a lot for every day, and it literally stays on my lips all day. Like, I'll put on chapstick and then I'll put this on and it'll last all day. And it just picks up like the perfect amount of product. Like, it literally like gets in that little scoop there and it gets all over your lips. It's perfect. But to be honest with you, I love this because it's a thicker lip gloss. A lot of people don't like thick lip gloss. I do, because I usually apply glops and glops of lip gloss. And then when I use these, I can just apply it one time. But if you don't like that, then you might like Essence's Juicy Gloss Bomb. I like this better. It's a lot thinner. And this one smells really good. It's called Sweet Peach. And it comes in a bunch of different colors. But this one's a little bit thinner. Oops. And you might like it a little bit more if you don't like thicker lip glosses. But yeah, I live by those Essence lip glosses. I think they are perfect. Final step, one size. I usually do my setting spray first, but I took down my hair too fast and I just flat ironed it and I don't want to get my hair wet. And this will probably get my hair wet, but I think there's more alcohol in it than anything, so I'm good. You have to leave your eyes closed for a little bit when you use that. All right, this is the finished look. It's a really, really pretty blue wintry eyeshadow look. First of all, I love winter, so I'm going to be doing this as long as it's cold outside because I love winter. It's my favorite season. The weather is nice and crisp. There's no bugs, and I love, love, love snow. I love snow. But yes, so I just love this eye look, and apparently blue is supposed to be really complimentary to people who have brown eyes because it's on the opposite ends of the color wheel. So if you have brown eyes, blue looks really good on brown eyes, and I think they said purple looks really good on brown eyes. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I love this eye look. It's actually really, really simple, but yeah, it's really effective. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.